One of the
Mm.
things I will tell you that has always sort of characterized Christmas for the Addisons is that we want to make much of Christ. Like we
Mhm.
wanted to, the modern vernacular, we want to center Jesus, right? Like we want everything that we do to speak of our faithfulness and our commitment to him because he's worthy of that.
So it's December, which is so fun. I love Christmas time. I don't know if you and I have had this conversation, but it is literally my favorite season of the year. It's not my favorite time of the year because I do not enjoy being cold. And it's cold in December. It's really cold. Like it's really cold out right now. And I'm wearing a sweater and I don't know. I don't love the cold. But I love Christmas and everything about it. I love, of course, celebrating the birth of Christ, which I know for those of you who are like, Jesus wasn't actually born on December 25th. I know, but we get to celebrate him someday of the year. So it may as well be December 25th. And getting to just be with the family and fellowship and all the things. And I love the lights and the cookies and all the baking and all the things. So what does Christmas look like for your family? I would love to know, do you have Christmas traditions? What do you guys do during this season?
It's amazing, Yvette. We have gone through so many transitions as far as it pertains to like Christmas and just what's going to be our thing. Like, and I got to tell you, honestly, we still have not figured it out. It seems that in the 19 years that we've been married with our 6 kids, the oldest is 16. It seems that every year has been something different. Now, one of the things I will tell you that has always sort of characterized Christmas for the Addisons is that we want to make much of Christ. Like we wanted to, the modern vernacular, we want to center Jesus, right? Like we want everything that we do to speak of our faithfulness and our commitment to him because he's worthy of that. And so I remember when the kids
Yeah.
were really little, we kind of did what our parents did. So we did the traditional Christmas where we would go home and they would shower our littles with presents and things like that. But I met a lady, and I don't even remember where I met her. It may have been through broadcast or whatever. And she talked about a tradition where they would remind their kids that they were celebrating the birth of Jesus. And so they would tell the kids, hey, we're going to release a balloon because we're just celebrating Jesus. And so, we're going to release a balloon. So I remember one year we did that with the 2 little girls, right? We just had the 2 little girls. And we were like, hey, we're going to release this balloon. And I think it was fun for them to release a helium balloon. It didn't stick though. Like we just kind of like, okay. So then we had one year where we were like, okay, we told our parents, we're like, hey guys, we just don't want to do presents for our kids this year. We feel that it's shaping them and that it's making them superficial, that they have lost their understanding of what Christmas is like. But then that just felt kind of depressing for all of us.
Mm.
It was like we kind of sat around and we talked about the birth of Christ. We talked about what this meant, but then it's sort of the feeling was gone. And I remember thinking, man, even though I struggled to make sure we maintain the purity of what the time of the year is about, I don't want to be drab and I don't want to be like depressing. You know what I mean? Like, and so
Right.
finding that balance has been really difficult. I think that we found good balance in getting with family. And I feel like that's been the constant. It doesn't matter if there's like, all sorts of presents or all of those things, but it's being with family, making traditions, like even the simple things like, building a gingerbread house or I have one sister who is like, you're not decorating. And she goes, not on my watch. Like we are doing something, right? I remember one year I was expecting baby number 4 and I've gone through a lot of different changes as far as like, putting a Christmas tree up and then, man, am I convicted that I should put a Christmas tree up? Like, what does it represent? And all of these things. But I remember one year we were kind of on the fence about it and we had been talking about it. And I remember Will the Great said, he goes, well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's okay. We're not going to worship the tree. Like, it's okay if you want to, And so one day he was at the office and I was maybe 5 or 6 months pregnant. And I was like, you know what? We're going to the grocery store. Come on. The 3 kids, we're getting a Christmas tree. And I remember, and this is a great memory for me. We loaded the tree in the back of the truck. And I didn't realize how much the help from the grocery store really mattered because then I got home and Will the Great was not here. And so we've got to get the tree inside.
With 3 little kids.
Oh, and a big belly. And I couldn't do it. So I had to, I'm struggling, pine needles poking me. Like it was just
goodness.
horrible. But the kids laughed so much and it was so much fun and dragging it through the garage and through into the house. And oh my goodness, if I could go back and do that particular Christmas again,
Yeah.
that was so much fun. And they remember this. They remember us trying to get it up because we wanted to surprise Dad, and we still needed his help. It was leaning. And anyway, but it was great. It was sort of like it was like a Charlie Brown, but Addison style Christmas. You know what I mean? It's like,
So
here's your
fun.
ridiculous Christmas tree, Dad. So
Yeah.
anyway, I say all of that to say we've just gone through a lot of changes and we've tried to figure out what will be our thing. As the kids get older, they have a lot of input. And one of the things that we've discovered is that they kind of like to travel. They like to get with family, but sort of go to a destination.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't prefer that, because there's just like a lot of stuff, a lot of parts when you have 8 people all going somewhere, I'd much rather have people come here, like just come hang out, and let's just be together. So I don't know if that even is like helpful or charming.
Oh yeah. No, I love it because here's the thing. What you're saying is that Christmas is more about memories for your family than it is about the things.
Yes.
And the things are sometimes okay, but you remember the Christmas tree and trying to unload it out of your truck and get it into the house, but you probably don't remember. And I'm certain your kids don't remember what gifts they got that year.
Good point.
And it doesn't mean that we don't give our children gifts. That's okay, right? I mean, truly, honestly, the Lord gives us gifts that sometimes we don't remember years later, but it doesn't make it meaningless, right?
That's right.
But it's fun to see the joy on our kids' faces. One of the things we do for Christmas, we started this, I guess it was 3 years ago. We were finishing the movie and we were living with my in-laws. So maybe 4 years, no, it was 3 years ago because it was during COVID. So we were in this weird like transition with our family because COVID hit and we couldn't move. And so we were living with Garrett's parents. And it was supposed to just be a few months and then COVID hit. So it ended up being a year. Well, we were there for that Christmas and it was so weird not having our own home and being just the 4 of us on Christmas Eve and, Christmas morning. And so my in-laws went to bed and I remember it was Christmas Eve. It hit midnight of Christmas Day. And the girls said, "Can we open presents? It's Christmas." And we said, "Sure." And because Grandma and Grandpa were fast asleep, we just turned on a few low lights. And I think we even put out some candles. And the 4 of us just sat down at midnight and opened up presents, just the 4 of us. Where it wasn't like the big family, with the aunts and uncles and cousins and everybody there, which that's fun too. But we've done that now the last few years with our girls. And so we wait until midnight hits. And that is one of our favorite traditions is my girls just wait. Okay, it's midnight, time to open gifts. And they get like a few, we're not the family who just showers them with a bunch of things that they're not going to remember and forget about it the next day. But it's just a fun memory. And so it's almost like the memory of the gift giving is more fun than the actual gifts. I agree. And that anticipation, even at my girls' ages, of waiting till the clock strikes midnight and being able to just have a quiet Christmas music playing and no one else around, just the 4 of us. So Homeschool Insights is sponsored by CTC Math. If you're looking for a great online math program, visit ctcmath.com and try it for free. For more great homeschool inspiration and resources, listen to the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday.